So the future of augmented reality really gets me excited. I think about Project Glass and all the overlays with maps and voice controls. I think about the medical devices, surgeries, having medical students have haptic feedback and different, project mapping of different parts of the body. That kind of information, is a lot better visually, I believe. So in the future, when you're walking down the street, if you have these head-mounted displays, like Project Glass, then you can see whether it's different businesses that have jobs, or what about power consumption? So when you look at in your house, different appliances using different energy. I think we're going to use all this sensor data and public APIs to merge them together to really get a sense of what's going around us.
So long term, I think the future of augmented reality is embedding computers into glasses and contact lenses. Project Glass does this a little bit, and you've seen some of the demos that Google's put out, but what I'm talking about is more incorporating eye tracking technology in with what we've currently seen and with contact lenses. I think it would be really cool to have computers that we can control with our eyes, that we're tracking where we were looking in the lens, and without having to do anything with our hands or anything else to interface with it.
I think the future of AR will open new avenues of information. I see myself going into a museum, bringing up my phone, looking at an image of a piece of artwork, and seeing access to information like the artist, like how the piece was made, what inspired the artist, all sorts of information.
I think a lot of the future of augmented reality is going to be taking all of the data that's available in the cloud around us and bringing it to life in a contextual form in front of us wherever we are. Whether I'm walking down a street and it knows that the restaurant up the way is fully reserved and fully booked, so it's not appearing on my Google Glasses when I do a restaurant search in the area. Or taking information around a hole in the ground, which today is a condo building being built, but I can use augmented reality to see what it's actually going to look like at any day, at any time, without going into a sales office in 2 years when it's available. And not just that, but it's highlighting to me what condos in that augmented reality building are still available for sale, so I can look for the south-facing place that I might actually desire or want. So I think one of the biggest challenges of augmented reality isn't actually the visual display of it. It's taking all that data that's available through the cloud, building that API that's going to take that data, turn it into information, and then the easy part is how do we make all that data contextual to who you are, where you are, and what you're doing right now.
Well, in order to understand where we're going in the future, we have to look at where we came from in the past. And if you look at where we came from, we're essentially animals. What differentiates us from animals? It's the fact that we have consciousness and we're aware that we exist. Now, if you look at the future of where augmented reality going, that's kind of like saying back in the 1980s, where is the VCR going? I want to propose a new concept to you, which is called AOR, Actual Optimal Reality. And what this is it's an API that's connected to the brain that actually shows you what the optimal solution is for what you're supposed to do at any given moment. So right now we like to think that we're actual rational beings, and at any given moment in human history we've always thought we were rational beings. But we're not. We're nowhere close to being rational beings. If we were rational beings, there wouldn't be war, there wouldn't be all these things that are going on right now, and we need to entrust that the future is going to allow us to use quantum computing to predict what the optimal reality should be and which decisions that we should make. So I think that we're going to go beyond augmented reality and actually have something in our brain that's telling us what we should be doing instead of what we think we should be doing. And the more data that we have, the closer we can actually come to making the most rational and optimal decisions. So I think that our reality is going to be projected inside of our brains, and we're going to be able to see everything that we're supposed to be seeing based on all the data that our brain and quantum computing can collect.